I'm gonna hit the bulls. Oh my god. That's how you methodically whoop a nigga ass. Don't make no mistakes. Take what he give you. You want to drop everybody 30 yards back? Fine. Check down. It's cool. I'm not gonna rush it. I don't understand it. I'm very impressed by no interception. 3 touchdowns, no interception. Playoff football. 18 carries, 145. Yes, sir. Good shit, boys. Way to bounce back after lackluster performance.
Trade alert. Mond to Broncos. The announcement of Kellen Mond, Denver. Uh-oh. Too bad the font too damn little for me to read this shit. But we do got Raheem Skibibbles. Gadimes can get us to that. For sure. Saints take down rival New Orleans. Airs it out against Panthers. That was a shootout too. Dejected loss for Titans. Drop 49-99. Ravens finish strong in the win. Going to OT, Browns lose 47-35 to the Dolphins. Brett Williams leads Dolphins over Browns. Chiefs roar back. Chiefs over Colts on the road. Lions outlast Packers 21-17. Green Bay turnovers lead to Denver's win. And Cardinals beat the Bears. Ass whooping 34-14. 20. They put the 20 burger on him. For show. For show. For show. For show. For show. We got a little packed show today because we still got to talk about a lot of things and we got a lot of conversations to get to. And here's the franchise group boo coming to y'all with a heavy heart as always. Rest in peace to the Cuzzo, man. Pooh Star, P. Dot, Pooh Jersey, Pooh who, Pooh what, you heard me. We also got King Madden on his way to its playoffs. We won't get that 100 odds. We want to win that ball over there. That's what I'm trying to see. I ain't trying to come up off that hundo, so guaranteed I'm trying to win that bitch. You know what I'm talking about? Wild card is upon us over there as well, man. We got shit to get to. Impact conversations. I got Raheem Skibibbles on deck, ready to talk about any type of trades that's being spoken upon or even done or even in works. We gonna talk about the NFC race right now and the AFC race right now. I'm gonna talk about MVP front runners in both those conferences. Also, what teams are on the decline right now in both of those conferences that we will talk about. You know what I'm talking about? We also want to talk about rules, computer games, play calling rules. We're still having problems with that. So we will be getting involved in that this year. I'm not playing. We are really dealing with rules. Some things happened already that's being talked about in the rules chat, and rulings have been made on some of these situations right now. So we're going to continue to talk about it, and I posted in the chat going into week 1 what was going on as far as, you know, if you don't play your game. None of y'all can tell me that, you know, don't let nobody play my computer. It's not in the cards this time around. It's not at all. If you can't play the game for whatever reason, the way this game is designed now, it is important for guys to play their games because of the goals and things that you have to meet to be able to keep your team built or meet scenarios. That's one. 2, the training and practices are really nuts. So if you are one of those that are missing games, you better hope that you have, you know, the game has picked up on what you do practice wise. So I advise you, if you know you're going on vacation or you're going to miss like a 4 or 5 game stretch, to do the same training over and over again as many times as you can, so it can lock itself in that the game will start picking up on. That's what you like to do, and they'll do it for you, so you're not in a situation. You know what I'm saying? So you know, when it comes down to that, that's very important. But because of breakout messages and things like that, we're not just giving guys breakout messages, because we get a lot of guys lying about their breakout messages flat out. I mean, I've had it all so far. I had guys show me pictures from last season. I have guys show me pictures from last 2 weeks ago. I have guys act like they got breakouts and shit was glitchy out. They didn't get it. So all types of things that's happening when the proof is in the pudding. If you get a breakout message, the moment that game is over, you'll know about that breakout message. If you get a breakout message, we can see it on your home screen. If you just go to goals, it tells you your scenarios. It tells you who breaks out, what you got to get, everything. So you know, if you get it, I'll advise you to take a picture of what the breakout is, because not every breakout means your guy is going to dev up. I've had guys hit me and say, yeah, I got a breakout, and that breakout could be a +3 something for the next 5 games, or XP points. It's not just trait upgrades. So guys gotta, you know, that's why it's important that if you're not playing your game, the person that is available to play and want to play can play the computer. If you don't play the computer and you got to break out, then you got to get that same breakout. You got to get it in your next game. And if you're going to get it in the next game, that means you got to have proof of it. Simple as that. And to have proof of it, you need to take a picture of what the breakout actually tells you you'll get on your scenario, on your goals. So that's very important, man. With that being said, the CPU games, you cannot play games more than you get 2 chances to play the computer, bro. Simple as that. Win or lose, you get 2 chances to play the computer. And you also got rules when it comes down to playing the computer, okay? I'll repost everything in the chat. I already posted it once. It's already there. I'm quite sure somebody from the crew will post it in a heartbeat. So just know you cannot go over the rules. Now can you take care of it for me? What else there is, man? Oh yeah, the practice squad waiver, guys. And I told you, if you win your game by 21 points, you get the player. So we have a lock-in so far of the guys that actually play games. Again, guys are slick, so you know what I mean. I'm getting guys saying they getting 21-point wins and they bidding on a player, and it was a computer game. You know what I'm saying? Like my nigga Snake out here playing a computer talking about somebody want to beat the Vikings by 21, like he ain't gonna tell the truth. Fuck, niggas will try anything, bro. Oh my god. So for those that are you know, into those players, don't worry. If you didn't get it during the time I had it up there, I will have another scenario for you guys to be able to get these players. But here go the teams that are that commented and won games by 21 in week 3 and 4 when I put it up. So you got the Bengals, the Ravens, the Giants, the Cardinals, the Bucks, and the Washington football team. They're the only teams that had played a user and won by 21 in weeks 3 and 4. All right, so those guys, if you had a bid on a player, you will have a shot to find out if you are going to get that player, or do you have to play again and get a 21-point win on that player right now. There's been some requests. I know the only corner, Keenan Clancy, was requested. The center for Scoloe was requested by a guy that won by 21. I will put it up there who got who as of right now. I think the only clear cut is the center going to the star center that was made is going to the Cardinals. Outside of that, I think Washington football team had a bid on a tight end. I think the Giants had a bid on the defensive end. And the Bengals had a bid on the tight end as well. The Bucks had a bid on a corner. So I'll break it down to see who got who, when, where, what, and how. And we'll go forward from there. But as far as you know, those rule situations. Now we are in a situation where we had a guy that somebody sent him an invite. We are in a situation where these are the things that's on the table right now as far as the rules committee. Shoguns, you wanna speak on that? The things that are being talked about as far as rules and what's been ruled on off of rules being broken.
You mean like what's up for discussion? Because I don't believe we have a final ruling on everything.
Yeah, things that's up for discussion.
Right now, what we have up for discussion is teams that are abusing play calling, and especially on defense, calling the same coverages multiple times, and they've been called out on it. People are sending in their evidence. There's also been, I even coming off vacation, I saw that the rules say you can play the computer twice. I'm sure that how many times the CPU is being played. That'll be coming down soon as well. But the biggest violations thus far are guys that are breaking the play calling rules. And right now, I'm seeing multiple offenders. So there's a lot for us to discuss.
Right, and I did say at the beginning of the year that I'm not playing when it comes down to rules, and I'm not. So you're going to have to make a decision that you're either going to be a man and man up, or you're going to be one of those guys that throw a tantrum and act like a little girl when you're doing shit you ain't supposed to be doing. Simple as that. So we will be, just be prepared. And again, if you're a guy playing a guy, bro, listen, I know, I'm never telling people not to take what I say on these real talks to face value, but what I'm saying is, my comment was, don't be surprised when guys start quitting games on you and shit. But here's what I want to say about situations that's happening in the game. If it's happening to you, I ask you to pause the game, please, and give the person you're playing a heads up on what's about to happen. Look, bro, you're running the same defense coverage over and over again. You already have broken the rules. And then your next job is just to send it up to hit it, man. Just send it right to the Washington football coach, and then we'll take care of it from there, because it's not going to result into a win. A quitting game ain't going to result into a win. I know I said that, but it's not. What's going to happen is we're taking draft picks away from people, and you'll be rewarded that draft pick. So in the case of somebody cheating, running the same shit over and over again on you, and you got evidence, a proof of it, because if we get the video and there's no proof of it, you're coming up off that draft pick for wasting everybody's time. So it's a flip side to that. If you going put it out there, somebody cheating you, it's nothing wrong with it. We want y'all to give us the information, because we don't know it, because we're not watching your games and keeping count of these things. But if any of the rules are broken and you feel like somebody you playing is breaking the rules on you, please send it up to where the appropriate person that supposed to get it. They'll put it in the rule set. They'll review the game, send the entire game, and let them know when when it happened, like what quarter it happened in, or even if you could put a time stamp on it, that would be great. Where you could show the proof of it, or give us an easy way to get to what we're looking for. And then the ruling will come down from there. But if you're wrong and they haven't broke the rule, you're gonna eat that, which is the draft pick. This is why I don't want guys to quit the game, because if you're wrong and you quit that game, you're wasting everybody's time and you quit the game. And it's just no point to it. So we want you to finish the game. And I know it sucks, because you feel like, I'm getting cheated, I lost the game because of that. But once you give that warning to that player, give me the warning, nobody else. After you give it to hitter, sending it to hitter gets you the draft pick if they're breaking the rules. But during that game, when you pause it and send a message to them, also get my attention, and I will reach out to them in that game to make sure they know that they're being warned right now about breaking the rules. And if it continues to happen, and we go from there, the rules, the penalty can get stricter if it continues to happen. But it has to go that way. It has to go where you pause it, let the opponent know, look, bro, you running the same shit, whatever the case may be, or you rush two, or whatever the case may be. You gotta let them know, give them a chance to know what they're doing, and then also in the process of that, let me know. And then if you got them for sure, send that shit up to hitter, man, and it can result into a draft pick, whether it's a second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever the case may be. That draft pick could help you, and you're compensated for somebody doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. Simple as that. So please, remember, just don't quit the games, because if you're wrong and you quit the game, now we gotta give a guy a forced win, he loses his stats, all types of shit, when all that stuff is important now. The build ain't easy this time around, man. To build your players is not easy. Guys are looking at teams, and they're looking at overalls, and they seeing these players, and it look like guys got a good team, but you can't look at these teams from face value. You cannot go to my team and see all my players with green arrows up and think that's who they are. You know what I'm saying? You got to click on these guys and look at their player archetypes, and it'll tell you what their real overalls are. Because what's important right now is the staff points. Manage your team, and staff points can have your team at a higher overall. Like right now, I'm at a 95 offense, 92 defense, and 93 overall. At the end of the year, my team will be an 89 across the board, guaranteed. Maybe a 90 on offense, but an 89 across the board. Every last one of my players got somewhere between a +6 to a +2 on these guys right now because of, you know, winning and meeting the goals. As you can see up top, I have 423 staff points sitting there right now. That's because I'm very much paying attention to my goals and trying to complete them and all that. Guns, I just played Mark earlier today. You heard me complaining that I didn't get my goals. I forgot all about the goals and shit, and didn't get them. So you can see X's next to some of them. Which hurts you. It takes points away from you, take development away from you, and you could be winning games and not meeting your goals, and your players is red, and you don't know why, and that's part of it. And all that shit runs concurrent with training your players and before games, and all that stuff matters, man. You gotta better put all that together to be able to have the success and build. You cannot be mad at guys who got that shit part figured out and they're doing these things, and you see them benefiting from it from 17 straight games of their team playing at a higher level because they're getting all their goals and they're breaking their scenarios, and they're winning on their scenario stories and things like that of the sort. So please, get it together, man. Understand that this game is more outside of a game. Like, the playing a game is nowhere near as important as it used to be in previous discs. It's everything outside of the game now makes the game that much important, because you're gonna play in scenarios where you just can't do shit about it. I just watched the Bucks lose their running back. He's not injured. He didn't get injured in the game, but a scenario popped up and said his leg is killing him and he will be sitting out this game. All right. Hold on. Let me not just fly past that. Like, we ain't talking about Ronald Jones. The season where he takes off of him, and right now at this point, last year he had almost 280 carries at this point. Year one he had down at 300 in week 7. He got 100 carries this year. Not really running the ball as hard, and this is the year they decide his leg hurt. He can't move his legs right now. Oh my God, Mac, I know you got something to say about that. Was that funny to you when you found out that Ronald Jones will have to sit out his next game because he burnt the fuck out? And then you got a situation where you got they saying they can't hear you, Max. You might not got your shit hooked up. But yeah, so even though the Bucks motherfucking player guy, that's just part of the scenario. I've seen him have to sit a linebacker because he just didn't feel like playing that game. Like, so like, but look, that don't kill him because he does the right thing, and this the shit I'm talking about. He got a new quarterback on the field, and he working on that more than anything else. And this is why you see 100 carries and not 400 right now, or 300, or wherever y'all want to make fun of how he run the ball. He's showing y'all that, I'm gonna adjust to all the adjustments I need to adjust to, and that's just, little keys to those that are playing right now. You got to better lean on your entire team and your entire system instead of just leaning on one player or two players to think that that's going to get it done, bro. To better build your team, you need multiple players to be in that that realm of being built, and it's not easy to build guys, bro. Like, I mean, even the guys that's on Superstars and X Factors or whatever the case may be, especially these young guys that come out like that, they still slow to develop. I got a DN who I drafted on Superstar, and it's season 2. We in week grade, go to week 7, and he's still in the 70s. Like, He's not getting. He's nowhere near being able to use his abilities yet. He's just a superstar, and because he's a superstar, he should XP up a little faster. And he's still a 79, if he even an 80 yet. Like, so what I mean by that is when you look at your players, man, the first thing guys do when they rate player, they go through their team and they see face value, and then the face value is what makes these guys. I'm gonna go to my DNs first. What makes these guys look at guys and be like, holy shit. So right now you see a rookie right now at 85 overall. Previous game leagues, this guy overall would be 85, but then when you click on him, he's at 83, 82 run stopper, 82 speed rusher. So he's still 3 points away really from meeting that 85 threshold, and he comes out on an 80 overall. So therefore, 5 points in week 7, he's not there yet. It'll probably take me, look, his next development is no time soon. He got 1,000 points. He needs 6,000 right now. So it ain't going to be no time soon unless I get a scenario and they give me 2,500 XP points. Then damn, he's getting built. He's going to get an upgrade soon. But when you look at these guys, you got to look at that part of them. Like some of them having +6s and shit next to them, and those for like here, like my DN right here showing prices at 84 right now. But when you click on him, he's at 82. He just got out of the 79s because I said he was 79 across the board. So 82, 80, 80. All right, so that he up 4 points right now. But that's not his face value. So again, and those 4 points affect the way my defense overall is, and my offense overall is, and my team overall is. So at the end of the year, we lose all those temperature points and morales and all that stuff go back down to regular, and your team come back out, and it even kills back out. So when you scouting guys, I think the most important thing is to scout and click on them, look at their player archetypes, because that goes hand in hand with what abilities they can use. And as you can see, his second tier is still locked because he's not high enough overall to use that yet. So his second tier is locked, and that's important because as you go through the season, now that it's locked, whatever it unlocks to, it's going to be that, and that's that. You can't change it and not like that. So these things are important. You're looking at guys, some of these guys got abilities and they're really not being used all the way they're supposed to be being used, right? Because he's just not those guys. So like, look at Patrick Turner, right? Another DN. Look at him. He has 78. He is an 81 run stopper. He's up +1 right now. So again, they're nowhere near what the green arrows are telling you they are. If you know what I mean, just by looking at these guys, 80, 79, 76. So if he needs to get he want to use an ability on this guy as a superstar, and he needs speed rusher, he's only a 76. He's down there 10 points away from being able to use that type of ability. You know what I'm saying? 79, couple points away there too, right? 6 points away. They're not who they really look like they are just because their temperature is up. They're doing things with scenarios and goals and staff points that get these guys higher overalls. Anytime you see a green up arrow, that means they're, especially when you see 99 strength on this guy right now, he has a +4 guarantee on his strength. If I click on him and I take you to his ratings, he got some type of plus on his strength. Like I said, +4. That's part of the staff managing points, where you can get things like that, where your entire D line go up a +4 on strength. So you get those things, right? And as you can see, you see red too, -1 on his power moves, -1 there. He got -2 on block shed, -2 on awareness. That's from losing games. So all these things matter. Like last year's these things didn't really matter that much. Only when it was positive it mattered. But these things matter now. So just when y'all looking at y'all players, look at them for face value. I got a young safety that I drafted on X Factor that that's an 80 right now, but what is he really? 79, 78, 77. So he'll never, until I get him up to that 85 threshold, I can't really use nothing. So he's just a superstar, and that means he's going to develop faster. And remember, I drafted him. He was a red player who went down in the draft, so his XP is not happening as fast as I would like it to happen. But again, that superstar X factor is not being used. I'm only able to use the first tier, which is right here. So of course he has this, but it's not kicked in until you get to open up this, and he's not at his peak until I get to open up that second box. So pay attention to how y'all building y'all guys, man. Going forward, we gotta understand those things. You can't be a guy that just hop on and play your game. If you are that guy, you just never going to be able to, take that next step. And that's the whole purpose of playing franchise mode, to take that next step. So again, when you scouting your guy, scouting your team that you're about to play, don't look at their team overall on their roster. Click on that player and really read into it. You got to do more homework. Our top 10 BCS, let's get to it right now. Who are the top 10 teams right now this year in our league? What we got going on over here? At number 1 right now, on a 6-game winning streak, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 6-0 with their young quarterback, Bradshaw. 279 points. They only gave up 71 so far this year. Until we advance, the number 2 team on this list is the Broncos, 4-1 right now. They just took a loss. I don't know who they played. We'll get into that. But they just took their first loss. But right now they're second on the list until we advance. Giants are sitting at 6-0. I think they'll move to number 2. 121 points they given up. They're on a 6-game winning streak, 294 points scored. The Bears just took their first loss, 5-1, so they'll drop on this list. The Eagles and the football team will be locked into a really big game coming up really soon. So this 5-0 team, their undefeated season is on a line right now in this game, 5-0, 5-game winning streak. The Lions are sitting at 6 at 5-1. The Ravens are at 7 at 5-1. Then there's the Panthers, 4-2. Cowboys at 9, 4-2, and then you have the young Dolphins sitting at 5-1. At number 10 right now. That's your top 10 BCS right now. When it comes down to the AFC, NFC, we'll get to that. But that's our conversation today when we do our debate. We want to talk about the race over here and the guys that are racing for supremacy to get to that dance, to become that guy of their conference. So we'll get to all that, but let's talk to Raheem Skibibbles and see what Skibibbles got to talk about with these trades. What's going on, Guns, with that Kellen Mond trade, man? I've been seeing it. The news been talking about it for a few weeks. I think Brandon is home now. I think that was the hold up. Was the trade already approved?
Yeah, the trade was already approved. Because as a matter of fact, I saw this while I was actually on vacation when I was out of town. So Kellen Mond is a Denver Bronco.
Oh, he is a Denver. Yes, he is. I'm looking at it right now.
He is a Denver Bronco.
Yes, sir. All right, so I do see it right now. He is a Denver Bronco right now. All right, so we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna stay here for a second. I need to talk about this trade, and we're gonna ask the questions, man. We do debate. And part of our debate, this wasn't part of our debate though, but it's going to be a part of it now. Guns, they gave up a 3rd round pick, 2025. They gave up a 4th round pick in 2024. So he got a this year 4th and the future 3rd for Kellen Mond right now. Now Kellen Mond, I do believe, is on Superstar. I don't know if he went up to an X Factor or not. I think he's on Superstar. Was this let's debate right now, man. Was this a good move for the Broncos?
I think so.
Okay, talk about it.
Well, I have to think back to when the Tua trade was first made.
Okay.
I want to give you credit. I could be wrong, but I thought it was you that said, can this coach play with a left-handed quarterback?
Right.
And I could have sworn it was you that said that this could actually give him some problems.
Right.
And
you're right.
Okay. So memory does serve me correct. So
yes, sir.
So I mean, he was able to actually, to elevate, Tua's play, get him up to a superstar. But maybe this is what could, they're thinking that could put them over the top. You got a quarterback with a little bit more speed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't mean to say a little bit. He got a lot more speed. So, they're pretty much the same across the board. With this particular quarterback is a little bit stronger. He's bigger. He's stronger. He's faster. and I think that they're looking to maybe pick up the tempo because maybe now this is I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking that whenever you play in some of these games, late in the playoffs, where with a threshold for speed, acceleration, those things that when they're slowed down, I'm thinking maybe they're looking at let's get players with that higher threshold so when they do come down,
So
we
if you
can
got
still play
playing
a
a
little
Blizzard
faster.
game and they lose that +4, +5, whatever like that, you know what I
hmm
mean? I see what you're saying. All right, go ahead, talk that work. Spit them bars.
So I look at their playoff runs, and I'm not saying that there's one team that they have to get by, but they're meeting some of the same teams. So now you're looking at like what do I need to compete against those teams that may have a fast defense or they may have a big defense that's built to stop the run. There's not many teams that has a combination of them both in the AFC, but I really think they're looking to speed the game up. So even when they have to play in these Blizzard games, they can still play at a faster level than what they played before. So I like the move.
All right, I'm gonna say I understand the move, but I don't think this makes him better. Here's why. Both these quarterbacks to me are the same quarterback, except for speed, right? And if you're looking for the speed, I get it. It can
hmm
add possessions. You know what I'm saying? His passing threat is so good, in my opinion. Hear me out. His passing threat is so good that it will benefit from a guy that can get you to 8 yards, 9 yards. When we account on to try to stop. You got all your guys in coverage, and you're trying to stop him from the scheme he has passing the ball. You're trying to stop all that shit. He could take off and run uncontestedly because not too many people are gonna be spying a Kellerman. I don't care if he's 88 speed or not. You're not gonna spy that. And he can extend drives with his legs. So I do understand that. But here's my problem. Kellerman has been on Superstar since year one. Actually, the guy that had Kellerman was gifted a Superstar on Kellerman. And when you click on Kellerman is an 83 across the board. 83 improviser, 83 scrambler, 82 strong arm, 82 field general. So to me, the only thing you got better was just speed. And from that standpoint, I understand it. But every other aspect of it, I don't like it. Maybe the left-handed situation could be
hmm
pose a real big problem, so I can understand that as well. So again, I do agree with you, but there's an upside to having a guy with a right-handed speed to a left-handed speed. So let me ask you this: does it balance out that he's a 91 throw power, 90 short accuracy, 96 medium? Now remember, those green arrows are up, so that means that's coaching staff shit that got this guy flying high like that. Where his overalls at short accuracy, medium accuracy, and deep accuracy all got green arrows on it, along with his awareness. Kellerman's coming
Right.
from a team that's not hot right now, or probably don't even use his coaching staff point. So once we advance, and he gets one advance with this team, Kellerman will be a part of this team now, and his stuff will go up. So I like that as a positive, but I just don't. At the end of the day, your job with your quarterbacks to better get them to play at the highest level you can get. You got to get them to an X factor, right? So it's a late
Right.
trade right now. So I think this is not a year where I don't even think he's going to start Kellen Mond. I don't think he should start him right away. Obviously he probably will, but I don't think he should right away because this is what I do know. Your quarterback ain't really a good quarterback until he's an X factor, until he's a 90 threshold and he's using all five of his tiers. So to me, they're the same quarterback. If you click on them, you're looking at the abilities these guys have, and you're gonna have a quick draw and conductor. All right, he'll call plays a lot faster when he at the line of scrimmage. Then you got
hmm
Kellen Mond who comes over there and he's a same thing, quick draw and conductor. But you're not getting really nothing else outside of it. You don't have uh what's the word I'm looking for? What's the escape artist? You don't have escape artist. You got to get to a 90 threshold. He's at 83. Kellen Mond hasn't even went 10 points up since he's been on Superstar. So he's been about a 76 when I was done making him. He's at 83 now. So we in season 3, week 7, and he's still only at 83. He's been sitting on Superstar since season 1, preseason. So I'm scared of the development. I don't think this quarterback gets any better. And if you're not getting any better, maybe you get a breakout message or two or something that you can get him up to an X factor. But we're really not. I don't see the savior. I don't see this guy coming in and changing anything outside of giving him extra downs and keeping him on the field a little longer with his legs. Um, Everything else to me doesn't is not better than Tua, unless the left hand is so bad for this coach that you'll take this quarterback in the right hand and be able to maybe throw the ball better. Now that he's a right hander, you get more comfort throws now. But outside of that, I don't really see how this is an improvement. It looks like it's the same situation to me. That's my opinion.
Okay, and I understand where you're coming from, but this is this is the total upgrade across the board. It's not they're not even. There's upgrades all over the place, and this is why I am who I am, and I dive deeper into what's on the surface.
Right.
Now we also got Tua Tagovailoa that's going into a contract year.
Okay, I can understand that.
Going into a contract year, so bringing in a Kellerman is going to save you on your books and allow you to continue to build your team and not have to pay the money that it will cost to re-sign a superstar quarterback.
I like
It
that
also
and take
gives
him
you
off the hook for a year because Kellen Mond will be up next year. So at that point, he
right,
probably can draft a quarterback. I get it. All right, but go ahead.
and
I'm listening.
it also gives you flexibility to move a quarterback.
Okay.
It gives you flexibility to evaluate a quarterback. Sometimes you're not bringing in a quarterback to save your franchise. Sometimes you bring them in to push the other quarterback. So we don't know the real reason that they're being brought in, but it gives you flexibility. Not only that, if you got it's all about extending plays. So if you're bringing in a guy that's going to give you an extra 5 plays per game, you're still winning because sometimes not having those 5 plays cost you a game.
Right, right. I agree. I agree. And part of me would say you winning in this trade, right? And reason why, I'll say you kind of winning in this argument is because at the point when you said trade value, my argument would have been there's not a soul person in the world will come trade for Tua right now. You're not going to give up Kellen Mond. You just got him. And then I realized, wait a minute, the New England Patriots are over there in shambles right now, and they can't figure it out at the quarterback position. Does he reach and come get it to a Tagovailoa? That might be the change he needs, right? So I get that. So
Yeah,
go ahead. So
yeah.
you go ahead. You
Because
know what? You're winning this. You winning this debate. So I'm gonna let you have the floor. Go ahead. What you was going to say?
oh no, I was saying I totally agree with you because when you're looking at the quarterbacks that are currently in New England, we're looking at quarterbacks who do not have stars. They don't have traits.
All right.
So
So
we
bet.
got one quarterback that's on one nut, and you got another one that's on star development. And if you do go in and you trade for a Tua Tagovailoa, I'm just messing his name up. Excuse me. If you do trade for a Tua, you automatically get a quarterback that's on trait,
Right.
and it could possibly it could put you back in the game. I know that they may have dropped a few games. I'm learning as I come off of vacation, but that can put a shot in the arm of an organization.
No doubt. So like I say you win in all aspects of the debate and all that, and then I let you talk a little bit more. And as you talking, I'm writing my bars down. Right. Like all right, let me come back with my 16 real fast. And my 16 is this: the quarterback play ain't the reason why this team isn't winning in the playoffs. Weather is the reason why this team not winning in the playoffs. Right. Not being
Hmm.
able to stop the run is the reason why this team is not winning in the playoffs or winning games that actually matter. Not throwing the ball, right? Not running the ball is the reason why this team isn't winning in the playoffs in December and January's and things like that. It has nothing to do with the quarterback play. Here's why I say that. You dig deep, I can dig deep too. I'm gonna dig deep into a stats and look at the Tua and regular season Tua 3,689 yards as a Denver Bronco. He had a 4,547 yard season as a Denver Bronco. 39 touchdowns, 34 picks, 38 touchdowns, 33 interceptions. Now, on a face value, you look at all them damn interceptions and the touchdown interception, they not that far apart, but 90% of the league is doing that, right? So I'm
Hmm.
cool with the touchdown interception ratio. You will want it to be a little better, but then you go to percentage and you see him at 64, 67. He's higher. He's over that 60% situation. This quarterback isn't the reason why the Broncos are not winning when they want to win, because at the end of the day they won a division twice with this quarterback. They've played in playoff games where they had bad weather games and had to play the Baltimore Ravens, and they're not losing because of this quarterback, right? The games that I see this team lose close or lose bad is because the other team is running the ball at a high level and they're stopping the run because the Broncos are stopping themselves in the run game. So again, to make that trade, in my opinion, I think they could have ride out with Tua. Because here's my thing: you could ride out with Tua right now, right? You're not a guy that actually needs to run a quarterback. Now, if that's what he wants, fine, I get it. But I'm not mad at this kid sitting right here, Wes Sherman. This kid got a 96 throw power. He ain't that far away from these guys already. If you really look at it, look at the overall. The only thing you don't have on him is an ability. Well, guess what? When these guys are on Superstar, they not using shit. Really, them two boxes ain't helping him at all, right? Not at all, in my opinion. So whatever this guy is, Wes Sherman, normal, star, whatever he is, he has 96 throw power. And all those 70s are true numbers right now. So if you drop all those pluses to Tua, he ain't that far off from none of these guys. And I say this to say this. You say, bringing a quarterback, Tua going to cost you money. Well, you know this guy wasn't signing Tua back next year. I know it and you know it. But you got a quarterback that you drafted, a rookie, Wes Sherman, that you can play. Now, what is Wes Sherman? Is he a normal? No, he's a star. He's the same quarterback as these other two with them superstars on him right now. They can't use shit, neither can he. But what he can use is that 96 throw power. Go ahead and leave Kellen Mond. Keep your draft picks. Continue to build. You are in a situation now where we had 2 draft classes of everybody getting quarterbacks that needed quarterbacks, right? So you don't even gotta spend a top tier pick on a quarterback and get a dog quarterback draft 3. You know it. I know it. So in my opinion, they could have kept Tua, played with Tua, gave him one more shot, got rid of Tua, and not sign him back. Rather you trade him or whatever the case may be. You know, now that he has a trade offer, because the New England ain't playing, they really will come get to it. But now that he knows he has a trade offer, that's fine. I get it now. But in the process until this show happened, you wouldn't even known you would have had a trade for Tua. But you can use Tua. You don't have to sign him at the end of the year. You got a guy that you can go into the next season with Wes Sherman, and then you can draft that quarterback that, that's not going to go in the top 10 picks, or might not even go till second and third round, because everybody, you got to think about it. We had in the last 2 drafts, 16 quarterbacks are somewhere starting right now as rookies from the last 2 draft classes. So that's half the league got quarterbacks right now. So what happens when it's their turn to draft, no matter if they're picking at playoff picks or not, somewhere between the second and fourth round, they can end up getting that superstar quarterback that comes in just as good as a Tua or Kellen Mond right now. But week 7, you trade for Kellen Mond. To me, I think you committed to him now if you trade for him like that. And your theory of Tua's contract, yeah, you're not gonna pay Tua, cool, but you're moving on to Kellen Mond. But does Kellen Mond win your ball game in the playoffs when you playing a team that's going to run the ball 30 times at you, and you're not running the ball back at them? And that's your Achilles heel, getting ran at, and you not running back.
Alright, I understand. You're forgetting one thing that I said. The other quarterback, whichever quarterback that you decide is able to move, you've addressed your offense over the past few drafts, or not draft, over the past couple of seasons, via trade, via the draft, whatever. This will allow you to address your defense. Big trade chips allow you to do things that could translate into adding those things that can allow you that can assist you in stopping the run, doing all those things that you say that they can't do. Having trade pieces gives you the power, gives you the ability to do those things.
So you lose 2 draft picks to gain what?
It depends.
Because Kellen Mond cost him 2 draft picks, one this year, one next year. So, and to me, the Denver Broncos got one of the best defenses in the league. For the last 2 seasons, Denver Broncos has been in the top 5 in interceptions, top 5s in turnovers, top 5 in stopping the pass, top 5 in points allowed. Defensively, this team is there. Not saying they can't improve and get better. That's not their problem. They have a no-fly zone secondary, and they got a pass rush that's really good with a young linebacker core that's still on the uprise right now, that I think is headed by Browning at the middle linebacker spot. But their pass rush is getting to people people at a high level. They are top 5 and get into the quarterback. So I don't think the defensive part is the problem right now. I think this team is really who they are right now, and I do think the quarterback play can take them over the top. Literally, the quarterback play could take them over the top. But I've played this team twice in the playoffs, and I'm the reason why he didn't go further in the playoffs. And my style of play was to run and stop the run, and he made it easy for me to stop the run because he's not running. So it wasn't the quarterback play that really kills him. It's being one-dimensional that's killing him, and then not being able to stop it. Let's see all the games that I've seen him lose. The Bucks came in the building and ran the ball on him 30-plus times. The Giants did it twice, 20-plus times when he ran the ball. I beat him both times, 30 times a game, running the football. He's not losing because his quarterback play is in desperate need of trading for a quarterback right now. I think he was comfortable enough and good enough to still have a shot to get to a Super Bowl with Tua at quarterback, and then go get him a dog quarterback in the draft, because everybody got a quarterback right now. If more than half the league has a quarterback already, these top dog quarterbacks that's coming out this year aren't going to be first rounders. Shouldn't be, right? Maybe one goes in the first round. This is not that prediction where you predicted 5 to 6 of them in the top 15 picks. This is not going to happen again. We're not going to see that happen again. You didn't even see that happen last draft. So the more we get away from seasons and get deeper into our seasons, the less quarterbacks that are important. So I thought they were sitting in a comfortable situation to not lose no draft picks, play with Tua Tagovailoa, with this kid Wes Sherman. Are we keep ignoring this kid with this throw power right now, sitting on star? That's only 4 or 5 points lower than these guys overalls that they playing for right now. That didn't cost you a third and a fourth. Are we ignoring that?
Well, I mean, let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's dive into the actual coach. Okay. Now the coach comes from under the umbrella, or falls from that Baltimore Raven offense.
Right.
So I don't think that Wes Sherman is going to assist him in his run game. So how does the Baltimore Ravens assist their run game?
Because this is what I do know. This is what I do know. This is what I do know. This coach isn't part of the Baltimore staff that went to the Lamar Jackson's offense. This coach is part of the Baltimore staff that had the kid from New Jersey that won them a Super Bowl. What's his name? Flacco. So Flacco sitting right here on this bench right now. 6'6", 241 pounds, 96 throw power. There's the Flacco right there. This coach want to dot you up. This coach want to be efficient. This coach want to move up and down the field by any means necessary. This coach doesn't care about individual stacks. You know how I know that? Look at his receiving core. It is not a team where you're looking at one guy over here as the dog or the alpha male. He has 4 receivers that legitimately touch the ball all game long. He has 2 tight ends that legitimately touches the ball all game long. I mean, this Zach Davidson kid gets the football as well. Over here, they spread the ball around. They're efficient on offense, and they are a methodical offense. They're not a kill you with fake here, fake there, make you have to cover things, make you have to read your zones and all that. They want you to be able to they want to read the field and get the ball out fast. You want to sit in zone, they bubble screen you. You want to sit in zone, they throwing outs. You want to go man-to-man, crossing routes, drags, zigs. They want to do things like that. The moment you sit in the cover 3, we're going to tear your seams up. This is what this coach is. Well, what better player to do it than with a quarterback with 96 throw power that can get that thing out and hit it fast.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I got a call that's coming in.
Okay, no problem.
Who is this? Oh, you want me to tell him what? Oh, okay. I'll do that. That was Captain Obvious. Captain Obvious said, look who he's drafted. Oh, look who he's traded for at quarterback. Okay. He's not looking at a Joe Flacco offense. He's brought in a mobile quarterback, and then he upgraded the mobility of his next quarterback. So I would beg to differ that he's a Joe Flacco disciple. It seems to me like he's more of a Lamar disciple.
Okay, so hold on, because the same phone call you got, I just got. Like, who this? Oh, yeah, so this nigga name I'm talking to right now is Mr. Who the fuck he think he talking to? This offense don't fit nobody. Lamar Jackson's offense at all. I don't give a fuck with your 88 speed quarterback or not. This is not the offense to be able to do that with. Let's start with the offensive line. When you click on it, Garrett Bowles, he's a pass protector, right? When you go to his guards, he's starting Dalton Reisner. 84 agile, right? Ain't that what you want on your guards? Okay. When you look at your center, you're dealing with your center. He's a 75 agile. But look at that overall as an agile, right? Now,
Hmm.
it's one thing to have it because this is your scheme to have these guys. But this is the difference. Does agile help you with 63 speed? Run the Baltimore system now. Run the Guru system right now. Does
No,
that
no, I'm
even
not.
some of it do
I'm
63
not
speed
saying that
help you?
this is going to an RPO type of deal, but you do have those agile linemen because you're hoping that they can get to the second level. Is those low 60 speeds going to get you to the second level? More no than yes. But
So let's answer the
but if
let's answer the wall the fly that's on the wall is that's listening to this saying y'all not asking the right questions. No. Let me ask you this: did he get Kellerman to run design quarterback, please? Is that what you saying? It doesn't have to be the RPO system. Kellerman with that 88 speed, 88 excel, we know no, we're gonna know him as a dual threat quarterback. Does dual threat mean this guy's gonna open up his offense to be able to run design run plays for his quarterback? Is
Now,
that the look?
I'm not predicting that. What I'm predicting is I've gone through 2 seasons. I've ran into the same teams. The shit ain't working. Let's try to speed this game up, and let's see where speeding the game up will take us. I don't know where it could take you, but I know insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And I think that they are beyond insanity, and that's why they're trying to speed the game up. We'll see where it's going to go, but insanity is to keep running back with two, keep running it back, and you don't already hit that same buzzsaw twice.
Yeah, but it's not the same buzzsaw twice because Tua is making him win 90% of his games. This guy is not finishing 10-6 or 9-7 or this guy is dominating his division and beating guys bad in his division and he's the second seed 2 years in a row. What's
Right.
wrong with Tua? You know what I'm saying? Tua
It's
is not the
one
reason
game.
why this Tua is not the reason. Their
The
problem is they're
difference
running
is
into the
one
Baltimore Ravens
is one
who are
game
running the
exactly.
ball
So
at
if
them.
you're trying to get over one game, why are you gonna keep running it back with the same team that you lost to twice? I'm not doing that.
So Tua is the
That's
reason why they
insanity.
lost to the Baltimore Ravens twice. That's the question he has to ask himself. That's what he is. Is this coach saying we can't beat the Ravens right now because of Tua?
No, what I'm seeing is an offensive change. I don't know where it's going to end up, but it could be, like I said, it could be a trade that he didn't have to send Tua back in return, that he can turn around and add some things on defense, because I know that he knows that it's not the offense that's keeping him from getting to pass the Ravens, it's the defense.
All right, and it
So
really defensively is really just stopping a run in the snow. You got to play two blizzard. I think it's just about coincidence. The same way I complain about playing in those games, sometimes those games help me, then hurt me too. And I think that's what kills this Broncos offense. They are not able to pound in those type of games when you need to, right? And the way they do
mhm.
throw the football, it plays into where my strength of my defense is at. When we're running the ball, and the moment he throw an interception, momentum changes, and we're running the ball. We're not giving him back turnovers, and that's the problem. And in
Well,
those situations, our games has been like legit dog fights up until damn near going into the third quarter. Like you got to think about it. Before halftime, we snuck a ooh baby in and got ball back at halftime, and that's the game right there. Because we're not turning the ball over, and he's gonna have to turn the ball over. He put a drive together right after halftime, an 8 play drive, and threw the ball methodically right down the field. Boop, catch, touchdown. Right. And the problem
mhm.
is we was able to answer right back on the ground. 31 carries out of Casey Fields is the reason why Baltimore with 4 rushing touchdowns. The reason why Baltimore Ravens beat him in that Ice Bowl. Now, if that game had a clear field, and it could have been whatever weather, as long as the field wasn't white and it was green, then we in a situation where this game is a different. It could be two different games right now. They're that close and that good to be able to be playing in the Super Bowl right now. And I
I
don't
can
think
tell you,
Tua was the reason why they're losing to the Baltimore Ravens right now in the
I'm
playoffs.
not saying, no, I'm not saying that either. I think they saw an opportunity to upgrade, and I can tell you this: there are scuttlebutts out there, rumors flying around. That's not the only deal that's out there.
Right.
I do know they've contacted multiple teams about making some moves that probably could address some things where they need to defensively. We'll see how that goes, but I know they're not done. This is only a beginning.
Right. So we plan to speak for a guy game and shit, and he'll address that eventually. I know him. He'll get on and address it. But again, I just think this, man, the way this team play, and the way how they throw the ball, I don't think they are killing themselves or gaining anything by getting to Kellerman, right? I'm not mad at the move. I just want to see how it's going. What comes with a Kellerman. Um, these two quarterbacks are pretty much the same quarterbacks right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The only thing separates them is speed. Um, and then I think they have the guy that really fits their scheme right here, sitting on their bench right now. Honestly, they don't even have to go into a quarterback because he's young. He's a rookie and haven't played him yet. He can literally upgrade this guy in 2 games. In 2 games, he can get him upgraded off a scenario engine, right? In my opinion,
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe him not drafting last draft. This wasn't somebody that he actually wanted, so he's just not paying attention to it. But I just don't see how a quarterback with 85 strength matching 96 throw power, 84 deep accuracy with those type of receivers on the field he got. Remember, they're good overall receivers, veterans in the game as well too, and that are going to make the tough catches and can beat matchups. Right? They could do everything. They could take you deep. They could play the check down game. They could do a whole lot. Their major problem over here is they have a monster in their backfield in Javonte Williams. And in 2 seasons, he doesn't get the ball enough to get devved up. He's still on star, and he was one of the top running backs in the draft. Matter of fact, arguably he was the best running back in the draft between him, Najee Harris, and the kid you got, Travis
Travis
Etienne.
Etienne.
But if you look at it and you look at his production for what type of running back he is the production there. Look, he got him started late in 2021. So that 221, 16 touchdowns. Last year, 216. His carries went down last year, 1468. And right now in week 7, he has 7 for 59 carries right now. They're not running the ball. They don't want to run the ball at all. They want to throw the ball. And to be able to throw the ball, you need a quarterback that can get that thing and fit it in fit throws in where Tua's lollipop arm is not getting it there. And Kellen Mond comes in with even more of a lollipop arm not getting it there. Now, the only thing I like with Kellen Mond is on 3rd and 6, instead of forcing a pass or throwing it away and having to punt, he can get the yards with his legs. I'm done. That's my bars. What you got? You got anything to close that off right now? Because I think I just came back. I came
Nah,
back, coach.
nah, ain't no comeback here because Kellerman allows you it allows you to further evaluate the quarterback class.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's already evaluated the quarterback class and didn't see anything that he wanted, so he went and got him a quarterback that will give him an additional season to evaluate the next quarterback class. It gives them time to not only
I agree.
change some things in
I
their
agree.
organization, but it also gives them time to evaluate the draft even
I
further
agree.
to get past them pesky Ravens.
I agree with that, coach. But I got too much pride to say you won that situation. I don't think
That's
younger,
okay.
year younger, similar overall. Simple as that. We got the answer. Year younger, similar overall. That was his answer. Why you go with Kellen Mond? Year younger, similar overall. Now, granted, he on the practice field helping our young kids grow up to become good football players and get into college and shit. So he ain't really giving me his full answer, but that's in a nutshell. That's what it is. Young,
And
year
you
younger,
have
similar overall. So he's on your page. I'm not signing to it back.
and you have about 2,000 less of XP that it takes to elevate his stats. Tua is over 9,000. Kellerman's at 7,000 XP.
All right. So the question is, do we like this trade? I'm at a wait and see, and you like it, right?
I like the trade.
All right,
Yep,
no
I like
doubt,
the
no
trade.
doubt. All right, so let's continue our conversations on right now. Hey man, I go back to the standings right now, and we want to talk about when we get into our conversations for our debates to continue our debates because I think this is, ask me if you let us know if y'all like when we do the debate segments, and do y'all would like to see more of them. Hit the like button, man. Make sure you smash that like button and comment and let us know you paying attention right now. Because it shows
Right.
love and it helps right now. Smash the shit out of that like button
Subscribe.
and subscribe to the channel. All right, so here we go. Um, debate segment: NFC race plus AFC race. Who races better, the NFC or the AFC? So let's get into it right now. That means we got to go back to the divisions and look at the races with amongst the division right now. You know, for the last 2 seasons, all we have been talking about was the NFC East. So we're gonna start there. The NFC East race right now: 6-0, 5-0, 4-2, 2-3 right now. Um, do we see a four-man race this entire season, like it has been pretty much?
I don't know. I don't see it as a four-man race. It's starting to get a little top heavy. But it's something that we kind of saw coming because I mean, even though the Cowboys are very successful where they are right now, but you still have to allow some room for them to be up and down because they committed to a young quarterback. So I think it's unfair to put that type of pressure unless they put the pressure on themselves, as an organization, and that's where they want to be. But I expect some ups and downs from this Cowboy team. And now the Eagles that's surprising. Like I said, I have not seen, what has happened since I've been gone because, I've been gone since the draft. Uh, so I don't know what's going on with the Eagles. I'm hoping maybe you can shed some light on that one. But right now, it seems
I
a little
think the
top heavy right
Eagles.
now.
I think the Eagles is on a hangover high from last season. Bottom line, I just think the Eagles were so successful in playing the style of football they were playing, and they're not playing the exact same style of football. This is what I think with the Eagles. The Eagles were so successful in throwing the ball. You got to think about it. Even when people scored on them, they was able to shoot it out back with them. That receiving core was really good last year, and then the emergence of Deshaun Watson throwing at a 70% clip was even better for this team, right? I think they just got away from their core. I think right now they want to throw bombs over Baghdad right now, and they're not built for bombs over Baghdad. Right? They never was. You know what I'm saying? They're built for one-on-one coverage. Our player is better than yours at the square receiver or the circle receiver. We're better than you. All right, we got a
Hmm.
Heisman guy over on one side, and we got the best receiver in the league on the other side, right? And
Hmm.
Devontae, D Hop, right? So I just think they're not those receivers though. They're not really killing you with speed and running by defenses. What they do is they kill you with the ball in their hand. They kill you with precision route running. And I think the Eagles, they're damn near a 70% team when it comes down to taking a deep shot. They deep shot is somewhere around 70% right now, and this is not the makeup of their team. The makeup of the team is to rely on that the triplet running backs, but now you can't have the same strength in the run games because two of your best linemen retired on you.
Yeah,
So,
now
so,
that's
so you
something
know what I'm
that
saying?
we did wonder. Yeah.
hmm
Hmm.
So now you're resetting your offensive line, and you're asking that run team to be as strong as it was when you had two dogs, two of the top linemen at their positions in the center, Kelsey and Brandon Brooks. You don't have those guys anymore now. So you got new guys
Mm.
plugged and played, and even though they're going to be great, he drafted really good to be able to replace that offensive line he lost, but he need time for them to develop. So what do you do to counter that? You're not going to maul people out the way anymore and get holes open like the Red Sea, right? So you got to methodically play football now. So now that means checkdowns have to happen, throwing the ball, getting your running backs in space. The big Regis running back that used to be able to pound in the red zone and rush for 20 touchdowns a season. Those holes aren't there right now, right? So he's struggling a
Hmm.
little bit. Miles Sanders, the shifty back, he's not fast enough. When the hole open is closing faster than it was last year. These things are in
Mm.
the way of him, so I think he has to involve Deshaun Watson and make him be the X factor he is, and show why he's Deshaun Watson and why he was one of the best quarterbacks last year. And now that's to open up his
Right.
mind, open up his athletic ability, get him on a move. Can't stand still in that pocket because your pocket is collapsing on you. So you got to use his feet and throw the ball faster, get it out faster, and let D Hop win his matchups. Right, let him win in the intermediate routes. Let him win on short route running. Let him win one on ones, 50-50s, right? And then on the other side, Heisman, let him win because nobody can cover him one on one, and he knows how to sit in zones and do things. Let these guys route running techniques be able to help you get people open right now. And make the deep shot your last throw. Make that the last look. You know what I'm saying? You take that, look at the deep shot, get away from it, check down, check down, check down, deep shot. You got to get to that because you got to make up for that offensive line. I think that's their major problem. And on defense, people are running the ball on them at a heavy clip right now. And it comes back to them having to address that front seven for the first two drives. And I don't think they really did a good job of it. They put a hell of a secondary together, but they really didn't address the front four or the linebacker core right now. They still got guys that are playing at a higher level, and for them to do it 2 years in a row is kind of hard right now. So you still got to develop an issue there. Where you seeing guys like the Cowboys get better at the linebacker level. You seen the football team growing up at the linebacker level. You even seeing the Giants with that anchor and Von Teller making that linebacker level play good. You don't see those type of names for the Philadelphia Eagles. So this is why I said they will be a fourth place team this year. But if this coach can make the adjustments and get out of his own head and understand, what he got in front of him right now, I think he can pull it out and keep this race a really tight race.
Okay, I agree.
All right. So if you look out at NFC East right now, you got the Giants flying high right now. This team they're assembled better than 90% of the league. Simple as that. The football team is growing up. That's why you see a 5-0 record here. And the Cowboys are really, really good, bro. Like, they have a really good defense, and they got some big quality wins under their belt this year, and that's why they're flying high right now. But I do think that rookie quarterback and having a lot of these young boys running around will cap them out eventually. So I think that's where the Eagles have to be able to try to steal 2 wins at, if they didn't play already yet. He got to be able to steal those 2 games for him to be relevant in this division this year. And if not, they have to just play football, put your head down and play football, and understand, it's a reset somewhere, and that reset is the reason why the struggles are there, and that will get better because you already addressed it. I do like the football team because they're a year older right now. This team is very young. But because they were very young, they were very, very good on defense already. Those linebackers can run with any other linebackers in the league. They got a fast group of linebackers, athletic group of linebackers, and guys that can cover in that linebacker room. And then the secondary is fast in the back end with the 2 safeties, and they're getting better at cornerback. They got a young gunner that they drafted this year, and you got William. I don't know if it's William Jackson the third. Who dabbed up and really was their #1 corner last year. So I like this team. Offensively, they starting to get Antonio Gibson the ball. And they're there yet. I just think the Giants are just a better built team right now. They put together a cast that's just better than everybody else's. That means they GM'd their ass off. Simple as that. Over here, so they're the head of the class in my opinion right now, and I do see this somewhere along the line really being a 2-man race. I just don't know who's the 2. I think the Giants will be there. I'm not sure about the next 3. NFC West over here. All right, it's a 1-man race over here. Period. With that being said, Drew's playing better football right now, 3-2. With the Cardinals sitting at 4-2 right now. How do you like this race?
It's a 1-man race.
I don't think the 49ers are ready to really compete over here yet. And I just think that's because you're playing with your favorite team, but you're not playing with the right team that fits you. Simple as that.
And I agree 100%. That's the reason why I say that, because I know when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, you're a fan, and you also play the way that they play. Right. Drew is a 49ers fan, but he does not play the way the 49ers play. So there's a conflict there, within the offense. So there's offensive confliction going on in 49er land. So until they actually make a decision, and completely turn the offense over to how they want to play, once they do that, it's gonna be the Drew that we all know and love.
All right, so in the NFC North, you got the Bears and the Lions. Both are 5-1. The other 2 teams over here doesn't have a win yet. So obviously it's a 2-man race right now. Can anybody dethrone the Bears though in this division? If it can happen, it's the Lions. But I would say this: I still don't think the Lions are ready to dethrone the Bears yet, because I think they are a young group of guys that still to this day are playing way ahead of schedule.
Hmm. I totally agree, but I think they're still a year away. So I think that right now the Bears are still going to be the team to beat. Now the Bears are starting to get a little long in the tooth in certain positions. So I think maybe a year from now is when we could possibly see the Lions leapfrog the Bears.
It ain't possibly, you're going to see it. Again, this team is built right now for the future, and again, they're ahead of schedule. And you're right, the Bears are even kill. They do got some young pieces, and they still got Justin Fields over there that they could build around. But I do think they're gonna have a dramatic change, and when they go through that change, the Lions will be on their
Hmm.
upside. They'll be catching up to their team and what they really are. And I do think the shift will happen within the next season or two, with these two teams over here. But the Bears can save themselves if they can off season good. If they can have a good off season and put, and start looking for replacements and players to pit around this team to be able to keep Fields relevant.
That's why I say possibly because I think the Bears still have the means and the capacity to put together I don't even want to say a good offseason. I think that if they have the vision, they can start putting some things together now. So you have a captain on offense, a captain on defense, and both of them are long in the tooth. So you wanna be prepared, for that transition, or you might be out here looking like what you told me happened to the Eagles. You start losing key pieces and you don't prepare. I don't think transition starts where somebody retires and you have a rookie that's right behind them. You need to have the guy that you drafted, 2 drafts ago, that's not a rookie and you're waiting on them to unlock. You kind of want to be, 2 years ahead of your transition. That's how I view them.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree over here, but I do think it's a two-man race. The funny thing is the Vikings only look like this because they're having connection problems. And I think it's the playbook situation. The moment he figured that out, you got to think about the games he's winning, and the game is dropping, and he's giving up the forced win because he knows his games that's dropping. I can at least count three already this season, that he was winning. So
Mm.
they're in the mix. They just got a connection issue. Until they get that playbook situation fixed, they're gonna go through that. So they're not out of the mix at all. I don't know where the Packers are standing at right now, because the Packers seem to spend a whole lot of money in free agency and draft a whole lot of players they don't need. So I don't know how he's building this team right now. That's something
But you
that
know
I would
what?
have to really look through.
I did watch about 80% of the game versus the Lions. He was up on the Lions for the majority of the game. He gave the Lions everything they could possibly handle. So
Because he got the horses to
I
be able to do that. That team is
yep.
still the same team we talked about year one being like one of those best teams to be playing. It's still that. I just think he's overloaded at positions and not really addressing his team as a need. Like I don't
Right, they're not
like
balanced.
for example, you go look at some of the stuff that's done over here, and the question to me is why. If I look at their roster as a whole, right, and they had a really good roster and still do. They went and pit Devontae Adams. They matched him up with Michael Thomas, right? That was one of the first things they did in season
Hmm.
one. But when you look at them, they got rid of Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, too fast. Jordan Love is your new quarterback. You're not getting much out of a 74 overall quarterback right now. At the run game, Aaron Jones is 28 now. You kind of, where you at with it? Like he's kind of getting to that point where you might want to trade him now before it's too late, right? He's kind
Hmm.
of wasting who he is over here right now. At the receiver core, you got Devontae, who's 30, Michael Thomas, who's 30, and you got a really good Adonis Andrews, and you still got Amari Rodgers over here. But this will be the situation where I would want to see seven guys at right now, because two of them should be the replacements for Devontae and Michael,
Right.
and the other one should just be
Absolutely.
another player that maybe you looking over Amari Rodgers, right? I do like Adonis Andrews though. He did do a really good job at the tight end position by drafting Patrick Barner, but I don't think that tight end goes with a Jordan Love. I think he would have been perfect for Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? So outside of
Hmm.
that, now you look at their offensive line. 31-year-old, his backup is 29. 27-year-old, his backup is 26, and not a good overall, right? Center, 40-year-old. Right guard, 25 and 26, low overalls. 75 ain't that bad though. Right tackle, 22 and 23. Now you look like you drafted there, but you got a guy that'll never play for you at 66 overall. And then Thomas Collins, who's at 83 right now. So solid there. So you need major line help that you could have addressed in any of those two drafts. You only did it once. You got one rookie from last year's draft and Thomas Collins. That's it. You look at the defensive ends, 30-year-old. You look at the right end, T.J. Slater, who's really a D tackle, who he's playing at defensive end. Jerry Tillery picked up out of free agency. I'm not mad at those moves. But again, D tackle style players. You still got Clark, who's 27, that anchors the defense. And then you know, third year player that to me, I don't see him as anybody in the James Lynch don't really a roster fillers. Rashawn Gary only 25. He had a great first year, but falling off over there. Geo Burns is a good pickup, so they did address the DN. So I'm not mad at this. All right, and you go look at the linebacker level. Keith Peters, rookie. They tried to address the linebacker level. Everything else over here is terrible. 67, 67, 67. All of them 27 years old. You got Ucelis Gilbert. Now, all these free agency pickups will cost you money because either you're going to have to sign them at the end of the year or you gave them contracts already. And if that's the case, now you don't have no cap space really to do anything. Then you come to the cornerback position, and you know, you got Alexander over here, Eric Stokes over here. They're your dogs, right? You pick up Najee Freeman. I'm not mad at this pickup either, but in a way I am. They did cut they had another guy, they had a veteran over there that looked like they got rid of or they moved to safety. But like really, you get Westry out of free agency. I don't really see the need for a corner. I don't know when did he pick this corner up. Was it a second round pick, third round pick, whatever the case may be though. But do you think the offensive line could have been addressed or something else could have been addressed in those moments? Absolutely. You go look at the safeties, there's 5 of them over there. 4 of them, sorry. For what? Bryce Callahan was a corner, you moved him to safety, and all you did was put him in the way of a guy that's already a dog. Darnell Savage is already a dog. Now, you can't move neither one of these guys to sub linebacker safety, so what are we doing, right? Kevin King, 6'3", 200, he can't play sub safety, so what are we doing here? Because these guys got to be back deep because they don't fit the size, right? You probably been better off leaving Kevin King at corner or trading. I don't see it. I just don't see roster management right over there. I don't really see anything that screams, you know, anything over there. So until they like really start like paying attention to what they need to build and what they need to do with this team, they're not in a good situation. And they turned a really good roster until like all over the place roster. And until he can fix that, and we've seen him come out of it. I've seen him do it at the end of the real draft where we killed him about how he putting the team together. And then all of a sudden, in 2 draft classes, he's right back at it. But it was at the end of the year, end of the dish, where those players coming out 95 overalls. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this ain't the type of same league as that. So I don't know how he's gonna save himself over it with this roster. I'm not really liking it at all right now. Now he will have top 10 picks in every round. He's gonna probably have all his picks, so that can help him. But right now, they just not it right now because they're all over the place right now. Where you getting guys getting linemen, double pass rushers, things like that, and really building their team and looking at the overall picture and putting the pieces together everywhere. And he's like, you know, whatever looks sexy, he grabbing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. But what I do know is we're going to stop this show short, and I will holler. We're going to have to get back at it because I need to get to Mom Dukes now. So we're going to come back and we'll get to the rest of the NFC teams and the AFC teams. We're going to have this debate a little later. Other than that, we'll get back at y'all with part 2. And hits the franchise Google and Shoguns as always. Holler at us.